Well, so the census numbers are in, and what we're seeing right now is that we think we're going to make our budget. The other thing that is interesting to me is we've given students a longer period of time to pay their bills, so the actual registration numbers, which are different from the census numbers, are right now at about 11,300 students. So, we've given more leeway for students to pay their bill over the period of a semester. It may not turn out to be that all those students enroll. We'll have to wait and see. But we know that that's a factor in the process. But we can't, when we take census, it's a snapshot of paid students at that point. And so we do have, quite a number of students who haven't paid yet. So, from our point of view, it's what I expected when I did the calculations in the fall.
Okay, so how does that compare with last spring?
Well, I don't have the sheet in front of me, but if I remember correctly, we dropped by about 300 last spring. And if indeed, right now it's saying 5.4% drop, which is a little bit more for students who have currently paid. If all the students pay that we hope to pay, then it would be around the same range. One of the other things is, again, this is a big graduating class. So this spring we're going to be losing a lot of students, more than what's in the junior class by about 800 students. So, we've got to even out these bumps throughout the enrollment cycle, and that's what we're working on.
Okay, so let me ask you this: what does this mean as far as, because I know that the funds that come to us through the state are primarily, some of it at least are due to enrollment. So is this going to hurt us at all?
No, because it was anticipated. So we were always concerned about that, but when we did the projections were out far enough that we're pretty confident we're close to where we should be when it comes to that funding. So from my point of view, the spring enrollment is something I pay attention to, but what I'm most concerned about is doing everything we can to enroll more students in the fall. And we knew that we'd have a couple bumpy years when I came here, and we saw an upturn in the first year enrollment this past fall. The revenue came in at about $950,000 higher in the black than was expected in the fall. And so we knew that we would see a bit of a downturn in the spring. That's true at every institution I've worked at because there are mid-semester graduates, that sort of stuff. But we want people to finalize their bills and get them taken care of. So, that's something that's important. But again, one of the key things is that we did generate almost $1 million in revenue that was unexpected in the fall.
All right. So now MSU, a couple of weeks ago, it seems, they released some numbers. Were those the same numbers you're working with, or were they preliminary numbers?
Well, so they start school a little bit a week before we do. And so what we do, what I'm trying to do is make sure with our chief finance officer and other folks on campus, institutional research, that we make sure we're completely accurate in what we're reporting and want to wait. So, from my point of view, we'll just have to wait and see. I've seen, pretty positive reactions to, our WUI scholars right now and for first-year students coming in. And but, time will tell. And so, from my point of view, no surprises. We obviously want to move this up. This will stop after a while, where you see a downturn. But we have to get through these massive graduating classes that, to give you an idea, the senior class is almost 1,000 students higher than the junior class right now. So we want to get through that and even out the class sizes so we can get back to where we need to be.
Now, you and I had talked earlier when you first started that you looked at your staff and they're all doing yeoman's work, but there's so few of you. I mean, how are you getting along with that?
Well, we're doing pretty well. It's the staff is thin, but we cover between well over 200 college fairs and high school visits around the country with applications literally from every state in the union. We did put a new marketing campaign in for seniors this year. So they're getting, very steady marketing, emails and so on. We still have ways to go with paper materials get out to families because parents like to see that. As a parent myself, with a junior in college, I like to read, the paper materials myself. So, we have a ways to go, but I'm confident that we'll move in the right direction. We were able to make WUI scholarships and in-state scholarships a little bit more generous this year, and so we feel good about that. But we'll see, and then we're going to try to figure out a way to have students let us know earlier that they're going to come to the University of Montana rather than September 15th.
What is the message that you're sending to students about UM?
UM is really an awesome school. I've worked at some of the best institutions in the country. I was dean of the college at Dartmouth. I was a vice president at Grinnell College, ranked in the top 20 in the country. And the education you receive here at the price is unmatched. And you can pursue a wide range of majors, rigorous majors, walk away with an awesome degree, and at a very reasonable price. When a private institution is charging $70,000 a year, and we have in-state tuition that is at the low levels that it's at, it's incredible. I mean, quite frankly, I wish I knew about the University of Montana when I went to college. So,
what is in-state tuition right now, Tom?
Tuition and fees this year for in-state students are $7,063. And there's room and board, which is $91.78, so about $16,241. If you're out of state, it's $24,900, and then about $9,100, so it's about $34,000. But again, it's 16. If you think, compared to what I'm accustomed to, 16,000. We offer generous scholarships, merit aid, need-based aid. I mean, with those factored in, and we have a higher Pell eligible group, students from low income families like I was. I mean, I was a Pell student when I was in college. It's really remarkable the low cost of tuition here for the education that you receive. I mean, we have a super small faculty student ratio that is unlike any other school in the state right now. And for students not to consider us as a serious contender, I think is a big mistake. And then the experience you get in Missoula, the downtown, the businesses, everything. The whole experience here is incredible. And then if you look at Missoula College, tuition and fees are like $3,700. And room and board would be the same, but a lot of students live off campus, and even out-of-state students from Missoula College is about $1,100. So, it's a bargain. There is no question. I used to have to try to explain to families why we charge $55,000 a year for, 1 year of college when I was in Iowa. And we had families come, but we were giving $20,000 to $25,000 to $30,000 scholarships. So, we don't do that here. We keep the price low. I think, having frozen tuition has been a good thing. So it's affordable, but what I would encourage people to do is, if people have difficulty, thinking that they can afford to come here, they should call us because, we do have the Raising Scholarship program that begins in 9th grade, where students get $10 to $20 for a micro scholarship. So if you get an A in a course, we'll give you $20. If you get a B, we'll give you $15. That begins in 9th grade, accumulates all the way through their senior year, and can be used only at UM. And it costs nothing to join that program at all. It's just simply www.raiseme.com. I mean, it's really incredible. So, parents can see beginning in 9th grade that their son or daughter is actually accumulating scholarship money for Montana.